What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Planners and Wine. My name is Meg.
And I am Myra. Welcome back to another week.
Yes,
Extra special recording. Extra
yes.
special, because I usually say that when we have the Patreon peeps on.
Extra, extra, extra,
Yeah.
because we got the Patreon peeps in the building. Your birthday is this week, and this podcast is coming out on your birthday if you are in the Patreon. And it's our 4-year anniversary. Literally the
Yeah.
day
The
that we
day.
started Planners and Wine 4 years ago. I love how that worked out.
Yeah, it just worked out perfectly. We should have
Mm-hmm.
listened back to the first episode. It probably would have been a hard listen. But
Maybe there could be some bonus content for this month.
oh,
For the
some
Patreon peeps, like some reactions.
reaction to it, yeah.
Yeah,
That
maybe
would be
we could do
fun.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll workshop that. We'll figure that out. But
Yeah.
yeah, lots of celebrating going on. June is a very big month over here. Happy almost birthday to Myra. We are recording this on the 9th, but like I said, her birthday is on the 12th. So if you're on the Patreon as you are hearing this, make sure you wish Myra a happy birthday. And don't be bad if it's like 36 hours or so before she get back to you if you send it to her on Instagram.
Yeah, I mean that's facts. I will try to be in the DMs this week. I'm really trying to
Mm-hmm.
get back into Instagram. We got a love-hate relationship with that platform, or I do.
Yes.
But I've been trying to get back into my stories, and it's like, God, it's just I feel like a lot of people just be lurking there, and I'm
Yeah.
trying to talk to people,
Yeah.
respond, and that's
Mm-hmm.
funny coming from me who don't respond to their DMs, but the
Mm.
point still
Practice what you preach,
stands.
Myra. Practice what you
The
preach.
point stands.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Was it? I forgot. Wasn't there some recent changes or announcements that they have coming to Instagram soon on Threads? I can't remember what the most recent one. I think I saw one
Oh, I see.
about forcing people to watch an ad, possibly getting rolled out. Um, yeah.
That's interesting. I did not
I
see
know.
that. That is
We'll
interesting.
have to research that and maybe talk about some IG changes on the next episode. Because I'm
Yeah.
not 100% sure, but we'll have to research that. But I feel like I saw that for sure.
I mean, it makes sense. It's kind of on brand for Meta to do some stupid shit like that.
No,
I
it
know that
is.
now you can basically force people to preview your content before you post it.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Oh
put it in their
yeah,
inbox.
yeah. Like, what you
Which
think
that
it
is
is real before I post it? You got to hurry up and get back to me in 10 minutes so I can hurry up and post it.
yeah, I mean, I appreciate Instagram trying, but I feel like they just at this point they're kind of doing too much.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks because I
Mm-hmm.
really do like have a like that's where most of my growth has been from Instagram, and
Yeah.
I wish that I could continue that, but you know.
Podcast growth too. Like our,
Mm-hmm.
numbers and everything on Instagram are really, really strong. We definitely have a really strong audience over there, but it's just a very strong, very quiet
Yeah,
audience.
the a very lurking audience, which ain't nothing
Yeah.
wrong with a lurker. We just
Yeah.
want to have conversations with people.
Right. Right.
Engagement is
Exactly.
key.
Exactly. Oh, Possum, this is a good idea. Possum said in the chat, I'd say let's get a thread going with our planners from that time, but then I noticed the year and I'm like, no thanks. We're from 2020. I want to maybe we'll do that in the Facebook group. If you can locate whatever planner you were in during the pandy, pick a spread and post it just so we can see what your planner was looking like back then. I have my planner from 2020 still. So
I'll probably have to scroll through Instagram. I'm sure I have
there we
like a
go.
video or
Mm-hmm.
something from back then too, so I can
For
figure
sure.
out. Yeah, but I don't think I still have it.
That's fine. As long as you got
Yeah,
you have
some
it
evidence.
documented.
Yeah.
Yes, you do have it documented. Kendra said, Myra will get back to you in 7 to 10 business days. Business days, not calendar days. That is
There's
so
better
real.
ways to contact me if you really want to reach me than DMs for sure.
For
Like
sure.
email. If it's that
Yeah.
deep, email me.
Maybe a letter. Is that quicker too? Maybe somebody.
It depends, because there's been several times Laura has sent something and Chuck
Yeah.
just put it in the inbox and didn't tell me, and it has sat there
Girl.
for 7 to 10
We
business
do that
days.
too. Yeah.
So it depends on who gets to the mailbox first.
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure. But yeah, y'all, we are so excited to be here for our 4-year anniversary. I cannot believe we have been doing this podcast for exactly 4 years to the day. It feels like it has like flown by, and even it's such a huge part of our lives, and we're honestly just so grateful to still be doing it and relevant, and people still want to listen and hear what we have to say about things. And we've changed the show and just really made it exactly what we want it to be for the place that we are in our lives right now. And we're just so glad that so many of y'all like stuck around, especially so many of our patrons. Y'all are here, we have new patrons, and it's just been really, really cool to be able to do this for so long.
Yeah, it's been a fun ride, and excited to see what is to come with the podcast. But so many like interesting things have transpired since the podcast, and like you said, it just feels kind of a part of the daily life at this point.
Yep, that's for sure. And both me and Myra are wearing other side are wearing our paw
Oh,
merch that is still
I'm too
available.
low.
I know mine too. I'm like, do I need to raise the logo so it can be in frame when we record? But definitely check out our merch. It is linked in the show notes. It is available. Patreon peeps, y'all have a coupon code to get a discount because we mess with y'all. And yeah, we just appreciate it. It was, like I said, it was so cool seeing so many people in our merch at Go Wild.
Yeah.
So really, really cool.
Yeah, and let
Check
us
it
know
out.
what y'all want to see in the future from the merch too. Because we
Mm-hmm.
can totally get that up. I know we were thinking about something for the fall, but if y'all have any ideas,
Yep.
let us know.
Yep. Please, please let us know. So, Myra, talking about the 4-year anniversary, what has been your favorite thing about doing the podcast? And Patreon peeps in the chat, just let us know if y'all have any special moments, your favorite thing about listening to the podcast, your favorite aspect, like anything like that that you guys want to share in the chat. Please feel free to now. And while y'all get those responses together, me and Myra are in the hot seat. Myra, what has been your favorite
Uh,
part of
I
doing a
think
podcast?
my favorite part is the relationships that we've cultivated
Mm-hmm.
with the podcast. Like, I think there is a lot of people that we talk to on a regular basis that probably we wouldn't have crossed paths if it wasn't for the
Yeah.
show. Um, and then, the community that has been built from the show as well. And also, I have a lot of things. I'm sorry. I think changing the needle in the community
Mm-hmm.
as well has been my favorite part. Like, I feel like a lot of the conversations that we've had on the show and kind of had out in public that everybody was feeling, but
Mm-hmm.
it just kind of was this, underlying thing that everybody knew but didn't really talk about. But
Yeah.
moving that needle to like being open to having those conversations, and I would say that a lot more people have been felt a lot safer to say what is on their minds that isn't just rainbows and unicorns.
Very, very true. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, I definitely think the level of comfortability, especially for like people of color in the community, I hope has increased a lot. And I would, hope to be able to take like a little bit of credit for that because, it kind of felt like before, I know we even felt like this, we kind of felt like outsiders looking in. And like you said, like it was like, oh, this place is ours. We can't bring any of the real world into it because this is so many people's escape. And like we said, probably on our first couple episodes, like we don't have an escape from our regular day-to-day lives and being, black women in the world,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a privilege to be able to have an escape. And it's not something that everybody has. So we should be able to have spaces too where we are comfortable to bring our full whole selves into this community to be able to talk about the things that affects us and affects our families and our children and things like that. And we should not only feel comfortable doing that, but we should be welcomed to do that. And I hope that over the last 4 years in this community, a lot more people of color feel like they can do that and do that freely, and they don't have to hide themselves just to fit in, because we don't do that. We too
Mm-mm.
grown. This ain't high school. We be having to remind folks that this is not high school anymore.
Although allegedly, we're cliques because we have friend groups and stuff.
That's why it's not high school. Exactly. Because come on. That's why we be having to
That's
remind the
dumb.
girls.
That's dumb.
Like,
Stop saying that. That is clique. Having a friend group is not the definition of a clique.
unless you're in high school, kind of. But even
Well,
then,
yeah.
you can have a friend group in high school and it
Mm-hmm.
still not be a clique. It's all about how you do it. But yeah, I think I definitely share some of your favorites about why I love doing this podcast. And also for me, like, because I'm such an avid podcast listener and really have been for, as long as podcast has been around, I being a podcaster has made me appreciate listening to podcasts and how podcasts are
Mm-hmm.
created so much more, and just the time and effort that goes into it. And I feel like over the past 4 years, it's definitely made me way more mindful with my favorite podcasts and making sure to, support them and listen to them and do things to know where I know they're going to be able to continue doing. It's just
Yeah.
kind of made me a better listener, which is very important as well, because you just
Yeah.
know how much work it takes into it. And even now, like like if there's like a little audio mistake or something on a podcast I'm listening to, I can pick it out now. And it's like, it's obviously it's not anything that I'm going to be writing them about, but it's just kind of like a little chuckle to
Yeah.
me as a fellow podcaster, because I'm like, oh my god, I know how that probably happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can just relate so much to some of our favorite podcasters now, which is really cool.
Yeah. That's a great point, because I would agree that I do like a little bit more, share a little bit more,
Mhm.
promote like my favorite podcast, because I know how much work goes into it. And
Mhm.
like, podcast isn't as lucrative as like most people would think it is. A lot of the podcasts, unless you already have a huge massive following or already a celebrity, are
Mhm.
like grassroots, like building it from the ground up. And a
Mhm.
lot of their, you know not clientele, but listeners, is from
Yeah.
word of mouth. So if I could
Yes.
just share or tell somebody about a show or like it and put it in somebody else's ear, like, that just goes a long way. And I don't think I would have been very mindful of that if it wasn't
Right.
for doing this.
Totally agree. Okay, we got some responses in the chat as well. Okay, Christy threw out a really good merch idea that I have mentally noted, but I'm not gonna say it out loud because I don't want nobody stealing this great idea because I love it.
It's starred.
Thank you, Christy. Let's see. Amanda said, I haven't been a Patreon for long, but the live show go wild and meeting like-minded people that I can now call my true friends. I love that. That's definitely one of my favorite things about our Patreon community, is that I really feel like we have inadvertently brought so many like friends together. And like,
For sure.
we have our planner bestie, and I feel like so many people have been able to find their planner besties via our Patreon community. Because like you said, Amanda, it's just like people who are like-minded, who love the same things that you love and care about a lot of the same things that you care about, and it's just like in one place, so you don't have to try to pick them out of the wild west that is the whole planner community. You already know in our Patreon community you got something in common. You got a
Yeah.
lot of things in common, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, because it takes it a step farther than, you like planners, I like planners type thing, which,
Mm-hmm.
is fine if that's how you find your person, but I think it just takes it a lot further because we do get into deeper conversations. So if y'all
Yes.
both like this podcast, y'all can kind of like connect from deeper conversations for sure.
Absolutely. Because it's nothing worse than like really clicking with somebody and then finding out they're like a Trumpy or something. It's like, oh no, oh, I thought you
Mm.
was cool.
We've all been there of thinking that this is about to be a beautiful start of a friendship, and then that person is doo
Something,
doo. Yeah,
yeah, something
just
pops out.
trash.
Yeah. Okay, Possum said, so this group was my interest into the planner community. Also, with the shift to pop culture topics, insert Mean Girls gift. You girls keep me up. I love I
I
love that. And
love
you know
it.
what?
Yeah.
That is feedback I feel like we've gotten from quite a few people, that they would not know what was going on in pop culture on TikTok, all this type of stuff, if it wasn't for us filling them in. So I'm glad that we can do the work for you, because we're always online. So we see the things that are going on. If I miss something, Myra catches it. If Myra miss something, I catch it. So between the two of us, we know what's going on in these pop culture streets for sure.
And that's another thing, the evolution of the show. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's a good representation of just in general that people evolve and interests change, and
Yes.
that things do change for the better.
Yep. Yep. That's
So
very
yeah.
true. That's very true. And that's okay.
Yeah, that's
Evolution is
perfectly fine.
okay. Yep. Lisa said, my favorite moments are honestly in the non-public stuff, the Facebook group, the live meetups, etc. Just all the little things we joke about. I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you missing out. If you aren't in the Patreon, you only getting half the story. Like, I feel like that I it's not really a perk, I guess. We
No.
can't like write in that you get this wonderful community. I think we do, but you can't put that in Patreon. But that is the
Mm-hmm.
truth. And I think that's the most valuable thing within this community, within our little Patreon community, is just, the little jokes, the
Yeah.
meetups, the groups,
Yep.
it's lit.
I agree. I agree. Because I mean, obviously, we're ourselves on the podcast,
Hmm.
but as safe as we feel on our platform, you got to hold a little bit back because at the end of the day, this is a public podcast. Anybody, anywhere can turn it on and listen at any time. So you still have to be careful with what you share publicly, and definitely in the Patreon is way more just unfiltered thoughts, unfiltered feelings, unfiltered opinions, all of that. So
Yeah, a
yeah,
much more
it's
safer
truly,
space.
yeah,
Because I mean, if
agreed.
you gonna pay to be nosy, okay, then here, take it.
You look, if you want to pay just to be nosy, you deserve it.
Go, yeah, go
But
off here.
you can't be nosy for free, okay? You're only gonna get so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see. Chrissy said the community you all created. Also, I wouldn't know about exposure to pop culture content that you all share. Lastly, being informed about various brands and things you need to know as a consumer. I love
Mhm.
that. I love that. I feel like we have definitely helped kind of open to the door as far as ourselves and hopefully some other people in this community that it's okay to care about the values of the brands that you are supporting. It's okay. And it's okay to hold those brands accountable if they don't support the things that you support and that you care about. But also, it's okay to not care. It's whatever you want to do. It's your money. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is our whole point. Like, if something is important to you and you want it to be important to the brands that you support, that's great. And if you don't care, you just like they sticker books or whatever, that's totally fine too. And I feel like that viewpoint has definitely been a evolution of ours as well, because 3 years ago we definitely had way stronger feelings about that. But I think through life and just learning and growing, it's just like, look, do with your money what you want. I know what I'm gonna do with my money. Do with your money what you want. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Can't fight to
yeah,
change people's minds. Just put the information out there and they take it
take it or
as
leave it.
is. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. And also, I think one thing that we have definitely learned from doing the podcast is on the same note as what you just said, Myra, is that it's not our job to teach people. It's not our job to inform people. If we want to do something, if we want to share something with our audience, an opinion or whatever about anything, that we are free to do that. But we don't have to feel like we are like obligated to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely feel like at the beginning of the podcast, we definitely felt more of a stronger obligation. And I feel like some people even still kind of see us that way, that, oh, I don't know about this, so y'all need to teach me. And it's like, actually, we don't. Actually, Google's right there. Actually, TikTok is right there. And if we want to teach people about certain things that we feel, confident in teaching about, we can, but we don't have to do that. So it's not our job to save the planner community from racism. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to do that.
And high key, shout out to the people who jumped in our email box, jumped in our DMs, like basically demanding us to speak or say stuff to kind of really
That helped us learn
help us learn.
that.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
thank you,
Yeah, because we've
weirdo.
definitely had a lot of instances over the years where people have kind of like brought something to our attention that they felt strongly about, but they didn't want to use their platform to share about it. They wanted us to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And that was definitely like an aha moment, because it's like we're nobody's like guard dog. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing that. Like if it's something we feel strongly about, that's one thing, but it's not our job to take on other people's stuff, because we all have platforms. Some people's platforms are bigger, some people platforms are smaller, but that doesn't make them any more or less important. And we started out with a very small platform too. We started out with a very small audience too. You have to start somewhere. You can't just expect bigger people that you perceive as bigger to take on things if you're not willing to take them on. So that was definitely
Yeah.
a good lesson.
Yeah. Yep. For sure. And
Yep.
it's tiresome.
It
It's
is. It
exhausting.
is. Yep. Possum said, I think you balanced it well, though. For a while, needed that reminder not to judge people for shopping with certain brands, etc. No ethical consumption under capitalism. Exactly.
I'm
Period.
still working through that, if I'm gonna be honest.
I know.
Not even just with the planner community. It
Yeah.
really bothers me when people buy from Jeffree Star.
Mm.
And I'm still trying to work on that, because I've gotten it over it with like
Yeah.
planner brands and stuff. But
Yeah.
I'm like, it's so much other makeup. Like, why are we still listening to Voldemort?
Yeah. But you know what? I think that's okay to admit that it's something that you're struggling with and working on. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah,
think we all could, everybody has some area in their life that they're probably very judgmental about.
that's one of
You
mine.
know what I'm saying? That's one of yours. Like,
Cause like, be so fucking for real.
for
There's so
sure.
much good makeup out here. Like, there's
For
no
sure.
reason, but whatever.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Everybody has an area. And as long as we're working on it and trying then to be less judgmental, I think that's important. You know,
Yeah.
judge your mom. Judge
I
your
don't
mom.
judge publicly though, but I will say it
There
in
we go.
bed.
That's huge. That's huge. But yeah, y'all, like I said, we're just so happy to still be here 4 years going strong. And we just cannot wait to see what the next few years has in store. And we just really appreciate our Patreon listeners, all of our listeners, all the brands that we've worked with throughout the years. Y'all are amazing. We just love support, even the haters. A stream is a stream. We appreciate the support, period.
Yeah,
So,
this has been
yeah.
a great ride, and thank y'all for, whether you're in a Patreon or just listening. Thank y'all for being here.
Yeah, it's amazing. And you know what? In honor of our 4 year anniversary, we are coming up very closely to 400,000 streams for the podcast. So
Mm-hmm.
we're definitely going to hit that within our 4th year. So I'm very excited about it. So let's keep going. But yeah, y'all, I'm excited.
Yay.
On that note, we're going to take a quick break and we will be right back. All right, y'all. So we are back. All I'm gonna say is join the Patreon, because while the rest of the world is hearing ads, we were over here cutting up, doing a lot.
Getting
So
all the
join.
tea,
Yeah.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
spilling our truths. Like, this is the community that we cultivated, and it's gonna stay right here, hopefully. But it's gonna stay
Mm-hmm.
right here.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, come join. I love y'all.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me vent.
Yes. So good, so good. Okay, so we got to talk about what the billionaires are up to and why they need more stuff to do. There are 2 billionaires who are planning on taking a submersible to see the Titanic. If this sounds like deja vu, it's because it is. Because we were in this place. Was it last year?
Last year,
Yeah, was it like last July, I think, when
last summer.
the
Mm-hmm.
submersible, went
Ain't
and
it funny how quick
imploded?
people forget things?
We ain't forgot. I don't understand. I don't understand. I mean, obviously, I understand the fascination with the Titanic. I'm super fascinated by the Titanic as well. Not fascinated ever to go down there and see it, because I'm terrified. And my worst fear is dying a super untimely death because I was doing some dumb shit that I ain't had no business doing.
Yeah.
So that's not going to happen to me. But why these billionaires are playing with their lives like this, yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Not having problems is wild, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I just can't imagine. I can't imagine being in a position where I have zero problems to where I need
Mm-hmm.
to find a place to put my money.
Yeah, it's just I don't either. I don't either because it is such a expensive thing to do. This whole thing is very expensive. There's definitely better ways that they can utilize their money instead of doing something that is just extremely dangerous and
Mhm.
needless and scary and just not what they need to do. And you know what? The director James Cameron, who directed the Titanic, he has gone down to see it several times. He didn't go in a submersible. He went in some other type of vehicle. So there is a way to go see it in a much safer fashion. I don't know why that's not being
What's
utilized.
what's wrong with just throwing some cameras down there and watching it from land?
Girl, when I tell you we got so much footage of the Titanic via cameras,
Like
in a
we could
large
just
part
Google
thanks
it
to
right
James
now,
Cameron.
right?
No, literally. Hell, if you watch the movie Titanic, you will see real clips of it at the bottom of the ocean.
Mm.
So I mean, it's documentaries. It's a lot. It's a lot of things. I don't know. I feel like they just want to be able to prove that they can do it, that they can accomplish it, something like that. And yeah, it's just weird. It's just very, very weird. Yeah.
I don't. Do you get your name in the plaque if you make it successfully? Do
It
you
ain't
get
no award for
McDonald's
that.
coupons? Like
It
I
ain't
don't.
no award for that.
I just don't understand why. It's just not worth it. I don't know. I
No.
get being fascinated by it, but also like people die.
Mm-hmm.
It's in a
Mm-hmm.
sense a gravesite.
No, literally. Literally it is. Kendra said, girl, that article pissed me off. Like, I still be thinking about the first idiots that went down there and y'all trying to do it again. Yeah. 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 It's
Is
crazy.
it the same company or somebody else trying to take the?
I'm not sure. I didn't look too far into because it's dumb.
Okay.
And the less I
Well,
know, the
yeah.
better. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting in rich people business. If that's what y'all want, y'all time and resources on, have at it.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
if it
it's
go
very odd.
wrong, just know
Yeah.
that TikTok is going to laugh at you.
Yeah, yeah. And I think a part of the people's like fascination with the Titanic is because it is deteriorating very quickly, and at some point it's just not going to exist anymore, basically,
Mm.
because of the ocean and the harshness and the things and creatures that are in it eating it up and eating away at it. But like I said, we have so much footage of the Titanic, and it's if they have the means, it's not hard for them to get additional footage of how it looks now. Because to be fair, it does probably look different than it did 30 years ago, almost 30 years
For
ago when they
sure,
filmed the
yeah.
Titanic. But like I said, they have updated footage of it, so or they could get it if they really wanted to. If they just really want to see it so badly. So
How
I
long
don't
has
know.
it been since it went down? We talking
I
hundreds?
I think it was like 1912 or something, if I'm not
So
mistaken.
it has been
1910,
100.
1912, so over 100 years. Yeah. Yeah. It's been
I'm
a very, very long time.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, for it to still be there 100 years later is kind of
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things that we probably won't will only be able to see via video footage or books or whatever because it's
Mm-hmm.
been so much time. Like, why do you have to be the person to? Are they going to touch it? You can't touch it. There's no way you could touch
Mm-mm.
it
Mm-mm. I don't think so. I don't
because
think.
the
I
pressure
mean,
down there is just too much.
yeah, I don't even think scuba divers can. It's so
Get down
far
there, yeah.
down. Yeah, I don't even think so. Yeah, yeah. Possum said it was 1912. Oh, look at me doing that. I'm a historian. Um, but yeah, it's crazy. It's actually crazy. Let me see. Kirsten said the guy who is funding this thing is from Dayton, Ohio. Lakeside, he could use that money to fix the roads.
I mean, he could fix the whole city of Dayton.
I mean, literally, he's a billionaire. He's a billionaire.
That's why it's just so much money, so much.
Yeah,
I get the fascination, but there's so much other things that that money could be used for.
always. Yep. Kendra said if they looking for something to spend money on, then I got a grocery list. They could, girl, groceries so high. Exactly.
Student loans.
You
Make people not be in food deserts anymore. Like there's so much other
it's a lot.
things that you can
Yeah.
do to help people that are here.
Yeah. And obviously, they can do whatever they want with their money, but we don't
Yeah.
have to support it. And we can laugh at them because this is ridiculous at this point to be doing this again. And Lisa made a good point. Lisa said people play too much when it comes to the ocean. We do not belong there. Whatever happens down there is none of my business. No, for real. The ocean is so scary. Like, what do y'all think is scarier? The ocean or space? Which is scarier?
Space, because
You think
it's
space
endless.
is scarier?
At some point, the ocean ends, but space is so endless.
That's
so
true.
space for me.
Okay.
But I agree with Lisa. There's no business for me to be there. High key, I was thinking about that on a cruise. Like, why
are we
just floating out here?
In this heavy ass boat.
This is not going well for my ancestors either. So
exactly.
but it was fun. But still, it's none of my business.
Yeah, I think space is definitely very scary because there's just so much unknown. But I think the ocean is scarier because we know so little that it's almost just as unknown. And space is like we know enough to know. Yeah. We know it's scary based on what we know, but it's also scary because of what we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they said that like we've only explored like 10 or 20% of the ocean, something like that. So the ocean feels endless too, and then it's just right there. Whereas like for the majority of us, like space is like totally unreachable, whereas the ocean is right there. Yeah. It's too close. Exactly. Kendra said definitely the ocean is too close to me. That part.
Maybe I'm too far inland to feel that way. But yeah, I totally get it. Yeah, because I mean, I guess with the ocean, you have more of a chance to be there than space, technically.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. There is a movie about these two women who get stuck in the ocean. I'm trying to think. Yes, they get stuck because they're doing something that they ain't got no business doing. I'm trying to Google what the movie is. I'm literally Googling women get stuck in the ocean movie. What is that freaking movie? It's called 47 Meters Down. Okay. Me and Dallas watched it. We watched it a few months ago. Terrifying.
How many meters down is the Titanic?
That's a great question. No, somebody Google how many meters, because we don't even know. We don't even think in meters. We don't know how big that is. How many meters down?
3,800.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So the Titanic is way deeper than what they were. They were 47 meters down, but that's pretty far down when you think about the ocean and them being stuck there because they were going scuba diving, and they were like in this like little cage to where it could drop the cage down and where they could see the fish and the sharks and all that, but then still be protected. But then the thing that was pulling it snapped, and they just went down and they got stuck. And the whole movie is about them trying to get saved and get out. Literally terrifying. Terrifying.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Just give me a snorkel. I'd be
in shallow water.
In shallow water.
That I can see the bottom at. That's all I need to see. That's all. That's my business. Yeah, but that movie is absolutely terrifying. And there's also another movie. It's kind of like the sister movie to this movie. I believe it's called Fall. And it's about these two women who climb to the top of this like tower and get stuck. Oh God. That's what nightmares are made of. It's very scary as well. So I don't know why we was watching these movies a couple months ago. But they were absolutely terrifying. So yeah, it's a no for the ocean. It's a no for the ocean for sure.
Yeah. And 3,800 meters is 12,500 feet for the American people.
That's a lot.
It's a translation. That is a lot.
That's a whole lot.
And the first article is about them people trying to go back down there.
Possum said, "This is why humans we're not given these skills for a reason." Exactly. Exactly.
Because we wouldn't know how to act. We wouldn't know
Because
how to
we
act. Could
don't.
you imagine if we could fly? It would be a nightmare.
It would be a nightmare. It would be a nightmare, truly. Truly, truly, truly. But yeah, best of luck to those people. I hope this does not end up being a tragedy. Again, I really do. I don't know why for the life of me they would do this, but best of luck to them people. I hope it's worth it. I hope it's worth it. Um, okay, next thing we have to talk about, and I'm actually kind of excited to talk about this because I don't know if we've ever talked about the WNBA on this podcast because we really are not sports girlies. So we really
don't
don't
care about
delve
sports
into that world, but we do care about the WNBA and we do want it to be like successful and thriving, and for the women who have those amazing skills and make it to the WNBA to really be able to succeed and do it. You know what? Maybe we did talk about the Brittany Griner situation on here.
Highly possible.
Yeah, I think we probably
highly
did.
possible, yeah.
But yeah, so that might be the only other time. But it's just been so much going on in regards to like Caitlin Clark and the huge. I mean, we knew that she was going to be a huge topic of conversation because she obviously was in college basketball, and I hate the way that it's carried over into the WNBA in this way because I feel like everybody is making all the black women to be like these big bullies who are just so jealous and just hate her so much and they're just trying so hard to make her fail. And all these people are saying, oh, y'all need to take it easy on her. If you want the league to be successful, she has to be successful. Acting as if she shouldn't have to go through what everybody goes through when coming into a professional sports league. There is a learning curve for the best rookies. Why shouldn't there be for her? You know what I'm saying? So I think the discourse has been interesting.
And I think I don't even really have a problem with her personally. It's these people who are like you said, making it seem like everybody else is being bullies and we have to protect her. Like, it's basketball. It's a sport. It's a contact sport. Like,
it's competitive.
It's a competitive sport. And for y'all to be like, oh, we need to coddle her and not acknowledge that it is a type of sport. Like, she even acknowledged it. Like, she's like, yeah, they're guarding me, but it's the game. Like, I just hate the way people are trying to make it seem like, we need to protect. It's a damsel in distress type thing. And
exactly.
If you are going to say you're a fan of her, like, that's so disrespectful to her as well, to like treat her like she needs to be protected at all times. Like, that's,
I don't think that she wants special treatment. No. I think she's a competitor too, and she wants to. She probably does really want the opportunity to be able to prove herself. And I feel like if you were thinking that Caitlin Clark was going to come into the WNBA and just run circles around them professional seasoned athletes, you ain't been paying attention. And we don't pay attention a lot to sports, but we at least
it's just common fucking sense.
We knew that. It's okay.
And the girls who are mad that she wasn't on like the Olympic roster, like, are you fucking dumb? Are you fucking dumb? We're trying to win gold medals. Like, no shade. She's a great player, and I'm sure one day she'll be able to get there. She just fucking got here.
No rookies made the Olympic team, but
because they just
you
fucking
see is
got
the headline. And you know what? And this is a great example of how the media has played such a huge role in how this is just ballooned to the place of it being out of control. Obviously, a lot of the fans are to blame too, but the media as well, because why is the headline Caitlin Clark did not make the women's basketball Olympic team, as if she should have? They're implying that she should have by having that. Yeah. And of course, when you go into the article, you get the full context and you get that no other rookie made it. And you get that this is actually very normal for her not to make it. But you got to get there first. A lot of people just see the headline and run with it, and they just scream racism. They scream, reverse racism. They scream bullying, even though the WNBA is not even who made the decision on who made the Olympic team. They don't make that decision. So
it's still dumb to even like have that be a conversation, and it shows that people don't actually care about the sport, don't actually care about WNBA. It's just their agenda. Like, I truly see this as it's basically a race war trying to push this lady up, and it's like, one, she doesn't want that, And two, it's just dumb. It's just dumb.
Yep. Kendra said, it's me not being an ESPN fan, but getting off work and looking up what might have been said today on ESPN. I know, right?
Because they're turning it into just like a big ass fucking fight.
Yeah.
Which I love, like, what's going on and how so many more eyes are on this sport and they are getting what they deserve because they are professionals who work hard and play hard and they deserve all the eyes on them. But it's so annoying that people are taking it so far. Like, to be like, she not going to the Olympics. Like, are y'all dumb?
Crazy. It's crazy. Dumb. You know what? The thing that sent me, and one of the reasons why I feel like there are so many outside factors that are playing into why, if there are players who are jealous or who have a problem with Caitlin Clark, this is creating that environment, is a story I heard about a couple weeks ago that everybody has pretty much always known that the WNBA has been flying commercial forever. They don't fly private planes to games and stuff. They usually fly commercial. Well, at some point years ago, some of the owners of the teams wanted to start flying their team privately because they had the means in order to do so. Apparently, the league came up with some rule that they could not do that because it was unfair for some teams to be able to do that and other teams not to be able to do that, stating that, oh, you know, this gives you an advantage if you're able to get somewhere quicker and y'all have more time to practice before the game, yada, 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 made some reason for why that wasn't cool. Well, now, since Caitlin Clark is in the league, and the league is making moves forward to be able to give the league more of the privileges that they deserve, more similar to the NBA, such as flying private. They started inputting the ability for teams to fly private, but they rolled it out in waves. So Caitlin Clark's team, I believe, was one of the first teams, if not the first team, to have the privilege of flying private, while other teams were still flying commercial. All of a sudden, it's okay that some teams are doing this and some teams are not. That's the type of shit that'll make people mad at Caitlin Clark, even though it's not even her fault.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not cool.
Why isn't it just for everyone?
It's crazy. It's crazy. And now maybe they've gotten it to the point now because it's been like a couple weeks since they have been able to do this. But it should have been for everybody from the jump because y'all made the rule that some teams couldn't do it while other teams weren't. It should have been the exact same way. So y'all are creating the environment to where people would be envious of her and hate on her or go after her. But honestly, it's the same thing for any rookie. Angel Reese has had flagrant fouls, you know, against her, and people have done things to her as well. And the media doesn't care, frankly. But when it's Caitlin Clark, you know, sending in the troops, we got to protect our white savior. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The hypocrisy is just shown in real time because y'all didn't give a fuck about the WNBA before she was there. Like, it's just so blatant that it's hilarious and very frustrating at the same time.
Yeah, for sure. Look at us being sports broadcasters. Is this the next spinoff podcast?
Hey, they be playing too. Like, I mean, just watching some in their games is amazing, and it's like we have to acknowledge the women that were there before too.
Yes,
like they've always been playing good, and like, let's not try to make it seem like since Caitlin is here, oh, now this is, you know, basketball or whatever. Like, these women have been balling this whole fucking time.
Exactly. Okay, Kendra said in the chat, Vegas, the champion winners, was the first team to have the private plane. Okay, that's good. But again, back to the rule, if everybody got to have it, then everybody should have it. And Caitlin Clark's team was absolutely one of the first to be flying private because they put it on social media for all the teams on Southwest to be able to see. Not cool. Yeah. So, yeah, Amanda said if you start a rule for fairness, then you need to end the rule the same way. I mean, period. Until you have the ability to fly everybody private, nobody should have been getting flown private, you know? So it's just weird. It's just Very, very weird. And I think, like I said, because my issue is definitely not with Caitlin Clark at all. I don't think this is her fault. But her fan base, a lot of the media, and a lot of these sports broadcasters like Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith playing into this narrative that she's getting done so wrong and so poorly compared to other rookies is just absolutely outrageous. And their jump of defense to her when they've never defended anybody else like this is, we see it and we see through it. So
yeah, I ain't even talked about the WNBA before.
Yeah.
That meme of Stephen A. Smith, I'm gonna use that when somebody dragged me about something that I actually did.
And the way he was like yelling at and mansplaining the WNBA to a black woman, I never hear about Stephen A. Smith for good things. And I'm gonna just leave it at that.
I don't like him.
Oh yeah, that did happen. Kendra said they fined Angel Reese, and once an NBA player offered to pay the fine, then the WA rescinded that. That was very cool. Do y'all know what NBA player that was? I can't remember his name, but a NBA player like tweeted her or something and was like, keep your money, Angel. I got you. He was gonna pay for her very unfair fines, but then they rescinded it. So
because that's not a good look.
Yeah,
but you know what? Appreciate all of the like the NBA players who have been like, you know, stepping up for the WNBA, and all, you know, the male athletes who have been like, oh, is Lorenzo Ball? Shout out to him.
Lonzo.
Oh,
my dad's name is Lonzo, so everybody always calls him everything else as well.
But my bad.
Don't be misnaming the Lonzos of the world, okay?
Did he start? Did he always play for Chicago? I may have the brothers mixed up.
I don't know, probably. Yeah. But yeah, you know what? But regardless of the BS, I am happy that people are talking about the WNBA. I'm happy that we're talking about the WNBA. All of this helps them. I want to get to a WNBA game really soon in the future, if possible. And I think it's good. They're doing it more of an expansion. They're going to have hopefully more teams coming soon. I know they just opened one more team. Hopefully they'll have more players on the team because they have a very small amount of players per team as well. So because of their very small salary cap. So I hope that the future for the WNBA is going to be amazing. And I hope it just continues to grow and to get talked about because they deserve it. These are some elite athletes. Truly. They are the best basketball players in the world, and they deserve that recognition and that respect. So
absolutely. I want to go see the Liberties just so I can see Ellie the elephant.
Oh my God, Ellie the elephant is amazing. Amazing. What city is the Liberties in?
New York.
Okay, I don't know the cities for all of them yet, but yeah, that'll be amazing. Does Ohio have a WNBA team?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Not that I'm aware of.
I feel confident that Tennessee does not either. But I
don't think so because we don't have any professional basketball. Well, no, we got we as in Cincinnati doesn't, but Cleveland.
Oh yeah,
has one. Caitlin's in Indiana, so maybe we can ride up there and see a game.
Yeah,
that's not too far.
That's not too far. I definitely plan on going to Atlanta because I'm pretty sure Atlanta has a WNBA team, and that's not too far from me. So yeah, support the WNBA. Talk about the WNBA. Don't be mean to Caitlin Clark. This isn't her fault. But also, stop being mean to Angel Reese. That's really who we need to be speaking up for because people are so damn mean to her still to this day.
And she's a fucking icon. I think she's going to be so bigger than the WNBA, honestly. I think she's on the rise to be something beyond. She's just naturally a star, and I think in Caitlin's case, I think Caitlin just want to play basketball. Like she ain't interested in all that other stuff. Yeah, and that's okay too. You know.
Amanda said Atlanta. Myra won't go there.
Clearly, you heard Meg say she will be at Atlanta. Will not go there. Don't exist.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Kirsten has said Stephen A. not only mansplained to someone who analyzes the game, but played. Monica McNutt is a legend both in college and pros, and won an Olympics gold medal with Team USA.
Like,
Boy,
be so for real. Like, you
know
you
all
don't,
that.
and it's funny because I was
That's
listening to another
crazy.
podcast that they watch Stephen A. and he's always like, here's my opinion. I know you played the game. I haven't played the game. Usually when he's talking to another man. But him to like do that to her
And
and
he
she played
knows
the
her
game.
stats. He knows this.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even she was like, we're cool, but like, no, this ain't your place.
The way he was yelling at her made me literally sick.
And you know what black
Literally
women
sick.
gonna do is gag a person and
And did.
throw your shit right in front of you and he
And
had nothing
did.
to say.
Mm.
Nothing to say.
Shame.
Ugh.
Shame. Okay. Next up, we got to talk about Fenty Hair. It is the newest venture from Queen Rihanna. I don't know anything about the products so far, except that the packaging is so freaking cute.
I love the simplicity of all her packaging, though.
Yes,
Everything she does, though.
so
love
beautiful,
it.
so beautiful, and I'm very excited to try it. However, that's not what we were going to talk about. We were going to talk about just the I don't know, vitriol or just lack of trust that people had in Beyonce and Cecred when her hairline came out. And we saw so many people being like, oh, I ain't never seen Beyonce natural hair. Why would I trust hair stuff coming from her? Yada, yada, yada. And I have not seen similar. I'm sure it's out there, but I haven't seen it to the scale at all when it comes to Rihanna and Fenty Hair. And Rihanna is similar to Beyonce in that she'll wear her hair out here and there, but for the most part, she really doesn't. And half the time, we don't even know if it's hers or not, which is very similar to Beyonce. And I'm curious to why we haven't seen as much of an uproar about it as we have, about Cecred.
Yeah, it's funny because when Cecred came out, I immediately didn't even think. I obviously it had something to do with Beyonce. I was thinking it was more so of Mama Tina stuff because I know that Mama Tina used to be a hairdresser.
100%.
So,
which it is.
It is, basically like Beyonce's kind of like just more of like a face, and high key, she's kind of been on the background of that, and it's been Mama Tina a lot of the times. But it's just weird that it was so much animosity for that.
Yeah.
And maybe people don't know that she used to be a hairdresser or something, but I feel like that's, I mean, maybe I'm just a super fan, but I don't know. I feel like that was just known stuff. But then to come with Riri, and it's like, out of anybody, out of these two women, it would seem like she probably would. Honestly, when she said Fenty Hair, I was thinking wigs. Which I would have been here for. Because, Rihanna changed her hair up all the time. Like, way more than Beyonce. Beyonce still do that same color. I mean, it'd be different hairstyles, but it's the same color.
That's true.
But Rihanna will change up a color, style, all that stuff. So I was thinking it was going to be more so along the line of wigs. But, I hate when we put female artists against each other, too.
Yes, because I have seen a lot of comparisons as well, which isn't fair. And Amanda brought up a good point. Amanda said, do you think it's because people already know the quality of Fenty makeup? Not saying the comments were warranted, just asking. And you know what? I definitely thought about that. And I've seen some people talk about this as well, that it's fair to say that Rihanna is much more of a product girl than Beyonce
music
is.
Artist,
And exactly. Like, that is... Rihanna is at this point, I feel like she's almost bigger for that than she even is for her music at this point. And I don't think she would be offended by anybody saying that, because when it comes to Fenty, she is absolutely very deeply involved. And we don't know the full scope of Beyonce's involvement in Cecred. It felt like she was very involved in it, but again, that's been Cecred compared to this whole huge $1 billion thing that is Rihanna. Even though, Beyonce has had products here and there in the past, it hasn't been anything as consistent as Rihanna with Fenty. So I definitely think that has something to do with it. I think most of it is people just don't like Beyonce.
Yeah.
Like, I really think that's what it is.
Yeah, it's probably
what it is.
70-30.
Yeah,
but majority is just people just don't like her, which that's fine if you don't enjoy her music. But I just feel like it's so weird. It's so weird when people try to be on the opposite side of what happiness is.
Yes,
y'all see a group of people just having a good time, enjoying her music, enjoying what she comes out with, and you automatically just want to shit on it.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think Rihanna will want anybody going out of their way to shit on Beyonce and say that, oh, I can't wait to try Fenty Hair. I was never gonna try Cecred or whatever. Like, I don't think she would want that.
no.
Her and Beyonce are cool. So I don't
Absolutely,
know.
yeah.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
It's very weird. But again, I'm still excited about the evolution of Fenty and all these new things that she's doing, because I absolutely do stand Fenty makeup. And I do think when Fenty makeup initially rolled out in the past, like, you know, when it initially did, I'm sure there are probably a lot of people who were side-eyeing it the way that people side-eye Beyonce with Cecred and being like, what does Rihanna know about makeup? And it's like, since when do you have to know everything about something to do? There would be no companies if people waited until they had 100% knowledge in something in order to do it. There would have been no Planners and Wine podcast if we would have waited until we knew everything about podcasting to venture into it. Has nobody ever started a freaking business before?
Yeah, it's wild that people do that. And I'm sure, I can't remember. I remember when 50 came out because it was such a big deal that she dropped like 40, 50 shades or something like that.
For sure.
So, but I'm sure before they knew what was actually being dropped, that they were like, what does she know about makeup? And then she fucking changed the game.
Exactly. So, Rihanna didn't have to be a makeup artist to make a successful makeup line, especially when you're rich and you have resources and you can pay the experts to help you out. You know what I'm saying? And that you can still be more than just the face of it. You can have a lot to do with it. So, yeah.
Yeah. Also, I would think that Rihanna probably just likes makeup, just like we just like podcasts, and kind of, you know, understood podcasts from being a listener. And obviously we've learned so much more, but like, people are weird. And
very.
Side note, Amanda brought up Kylie. Did you see the discards of her products being in Target? That was funny.
I saw a little bit of, because people were thinking that it was like Glossier and Crumble Cookie, and so they were a little disappointed that it was Kylie.
I was thinking,
that's what I saw.
Pink by Victoria's Secret, because the caption had like a angel wing.
Yeah, like, and Pink and Victoria's Secret did comment on it as well.
Yeah. So last thing I would have thought was Kylie.
Yeah.
And the girls was hot.
Yeah, come on now.
Like, read the room talk. I'm like, Target, I love you, but I cannot defend you on this. Like, why did y'all do this?
Or at least
just put her in the stores. Just put the shit in the stores. Like, don't even make it a rollout or whatever.
It's not like Kylie. Okay, because I'm not fully sure. It's just Kylie Cosmetics being in the Target / Ulta. It's not.
Yeah, it's not
even collab with Target, and it looked like it was a Kylie collab or a somebody collab with Target.
Yeah. That just wasn't a great rollout. My favorite comment is somebody being like, y'all could have gave me the pink shopping bag. I would have been happy with that.
No, that was cute as hell.
It was cute.
Can we get
that? Like,
the girls gonna be lined up outside of Target like they were for them damn Stanleys a few months ago. But
for
that would low-key be worth it. I would as well, because that was extra cute. Come on.
Oh, Tisa, we can bling it out.
Stop it. that would be so cute. That would be so cute.
High key, Target has a little like kids shopping cart. This is so random.
Yeah.
I have been eyeing it, and I think I want to bling it out.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
That would be so cute. But
yes.
Side project. But yeah, that's really funny. Cute.
You know what? And those used to be really hard to find as well, but now they have some. They're all over the place.
Everywhere.
Like we were just in Target, and there was a bunch of them. That is a really cute idea. Yeah, pink baskets. Come on, make it happen.
That was so good.
That will turn this around. Oh, Tisa said, "Let's paint it pink and bling it." Do we need to cut this out of the episode before anybody gets this idea? Tisa, get on this before Wednesday / Thursday. Okay, really Thursday.
That's a class right there for real.
I know, that would be so cute. Okay, last thing we have to talk about is what was an amazing rollout was the new Hunger Games book / movie.
That's exciting.
Susan was in her bag with that. The way they announced the movie like 2 to 3 hours later, that was insane. That was insane. I'm super excited about that.
Susan, don't do anything problematic. Do not ruin this for us. Just Susan, shut up. Don't say nothing.
Please. For the love of God.
Don't say nothing. Do not ruin this for us.
Oh my gosh. And you know what? A little bit of background about Susan Collins that I had no idea about. So a creator I really love on TikTok, she talks just so in depth about the Hunger Games all the time. It's as if she wrote it herself. She's just so well versed on it. She was talking about Susan Collins and saying that she had seen some people have some discourse about if the book is just going to be the script of the movie in book form and how they were nervous about that. And she was saying that nobody should be worried about that because Susan Collins actually started her career being a children's TV show script writer. So I had no idea. So I believe she has wrote like, I think one of the shows is like Big Bear and like a bunch of other like really popular like kid shows. She was like the head script writer on those shows before she ever wrote the Hunger Games. So
Possum Planner
her
says
point,
she's so right for Clarissa explains it all.
yeah, Little Bear. That's what I said.
Little
Big Bear.
Bear.
Little Bear.
Oh shoot, I might pick up these books now. I mean, I love the movies, but those was my shows.
I know, exactly. And Clarissa explains it all exactly. So I think that's really cool. And she was basically trying to say that like she knows clearly how to write a script and she knows clearly how to write a book and how they can be
two different things.
Totally different things. Exactly. So yeah, I'm really excited. This is going to be showing Haymitch's Hunger Games, the 50th Hunger Games, and I know especially once the last prequel came out, everybody really wanted to see more of that since we were diving into the world of prequel. So I'm glad that she is serving. So I'm really excited. It's gonna be really good.
So this last prequel was before Haymitch?
Yes, this last prequel was like the 10th Hunger Games or something like that. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. It was very early, and you got to see a lot of the early life of President Snow before he was President Snow. So very interesting. If you watch that prequel, I don't know. It makes him a little harder to hate, at least from when he was young. And I'll just leave it at that. So I definitely think you should. I think it's on streaming now. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's on like Prime or something.
See,
you should watch it. It's really good.
I watched Fantastic Beasts, it did turn me around about Dumbledore.
There we go.
I don't know if I can do that with Snow.
Look, the fact that we even comparing Dumbledore and Snow, I feel away.
I'm still upset at the way he did not handle Harry in the most.
He didn't.
He did not.
But he didn't do what Snow did. Okay.
He
Snow had committed war crimes. Okay, crimes against humanity.
See, Christy, we've actually been talking about maybe doing some episodes of different shows and stuff. So
yeah,
I mean that kind of shows right there. People a little bit interested, so maybe we should do it.
Yeah. We were thinking about doing like a rewatch for me and a first watch for Myra of like the first like 10 seasons of Degrassi on the Patreon. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. Definitely a Hunger Games rewatch would be really, really good. So
I'm always
give us ideas.
Hunger Game rewatch.
Yes, give us some ideas. But yeah, y'all, super excited. The Hunger Games book will be out, I believe, March of 2025, and the movie will be out November of 2026, if I'm not mistaken. God, please let me live that long to see this movie. Like, I just want to see this movie.
This is what is keeping us going.
No, literally. Literally is this movie. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Possum. So Hunger Games would be much less of an endeavor than the first 10 seasons of Degrassi, but we'll see. We just want to do some fun stuff.
That isn't a lot of effort, and then y'all will be into it too. So
for sure. And me and Myra we've never talked about Degrassi together because she hasn't watched it. We've never talked about the Hunger Games, even though we both have seen them. So it'll be really good. It'll be really good. But yeah, y'all, we're gonna take a quick break, and then we will be back to finish the show. All right, y'all. So we are back, and let's get into a little bit of planner world news. Happy Planner is back in Michaels. And I'm sure some of y'all might be thinking, wait, they ever left Michaels? I don't think they ever fully left Michaels. Did they ever fully leave Michaels, or was it just a much smaller showing in Michaels?
They had to.
You think?
Or maybe like some stores got rid of it or something.
Yeah.
Because there has been a few stores that did not have it in my area, and I've heard people say that they haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Michaels pulled back on planning a lot.
Yeah.
Because their own little brand is gone.
That's very true.
Which was cute. And I'm kind of sad that they got rid of it, because I used to recommend that to people who wanted to get into planning for like an affordable price.
Yeah.
That Recollections is really good. But I don't know what happened, and I'm curious to why they back now. Like, why? What happened?
I really hope with the resurgence or whatever is going on, I hope they have a much stronger showing in Michaels, because I remember maybe like 2020, 2019, around those time, the Michaels Happy Planner owl was so good.
It was an aisle.
It was so an entire aisle. And in my current Michaels, I was just there today. They just had like one little section in the middle of an aisle with the Happy Planner stuff. They had all these other planners in the things like below it where you couldn't see it unless you like pulled them out like the little drawers or whatever to store.
Oh yeah.
And that is just so weak and pathetic compared to how it used to be. So I hope that they are gonna be expanding those Happy Planner aisles, or just planner aisles in general, not even just Happy Planner, but just planner aisles in general. But man, it used to be so good.
That was Michaels. The glory days. Michaels used to be my spot, because Joann's just Joann's. I think the ones by us is probably closing soon.
You think so?
Yeah, they haven't had anything like going to the fabric. It hasn't been restocked in like months, so I'm wondering if those are going away. But yeah, those used to be the days, because Michaels would, if I needed something from Happy Planner, Michaels was the spot, because I know they had it and it would be fully stocked up.
I mean, in Michaels we could trust. Joann's has always been kind of iffy, but in Michaels we could always trust, and it was so good. But yeah, I hope they come back. I haven't been to Joann's probably since around the holidays, but when I was in there, the Happy Planner section was just weak sauce. They didn't even have anything that had been released within the last like 6 months or so. It was bad. It was bad. Kendra said the Joann near me needs
high key.
High key,
just go ahead.
It's frustrating.
Make it a Michael.
Okay. We can always use extra Michaels.
Yes, but I hope we do get those glory days again. That was fun. And I would love to see other brands too, not just Happy Planner and Michaels or whatever. But what a time! Like, it's hard to explain that feeling from people who like maybe just now discovered the community.
I know, it was so good, because we used to call each other, be like, "Oh, did your store have this? Did your store have that?" Mailing each other sticker books, so we bought 2 to make sure the other one had. We never had the same stuff at the same time. So that really came in clutch, having a friend in a whole nother state.
Yeah,
who could look at their stores. Yeah. Has anybody been to Hobby Lobby recently? No shame in your game. I will not read your name if you tell us in the chat that you've been visiting Hobby Lobby, because I haven't been in a while, so I don't know what they're doing as far as their planners or new stuff that they have. I'm just curious.
Yeah, I haven't been in a minute either. But they used to have a decent amount of stuff. Happy Planner
They did. They really did. Remember when they had the wrong sticker books, but they had like the stickers without like the champagne glass and stuff. Oh, get over yourself, Hobby Lobby. Oh my God.
For real.
Look
Jesus
at this
drunk wine.
Literally. Okay. Really offend for grown people to have a sticker that has a champagne bottle on it. My God.
Y'all know wrong, or it was nothing. It wasn't like a 40 ounce of malt liquor or something like that. It literally was a fancy, cute champagne glass or something.
It was nobody just getting wasted. Yeah. Okay. It was no stickers of a girl hunched over a toilet, vomiting up her life because she was out drinking all night with her friend. Like, be so for real, Hobby Lobby.
I could imagine her getting it back from Hobby Lobby and they're being like, "Oh, can you change Can you color these pants in?
Can you put a cross on her t-shirt? I can't. I literally cannot with them.
Weirdo.
Bless Ron for putting up with that, because that was absolutely ridiculous.
That was insane. And I hope she got paid handsomely for that.
We didn't even realize that we bought the sticker book.
That is it's basically two totally different versions.
Right. But I do remember they had one where it's like, if you got the sticker book directly from Happy Planner or from like Michael's or something, it had like one black girl on it, and then the one at Hobby Lobby like didn't have that same girl on the front. It was some sketchy like that. And that was a huge, so we've been side-eyeing Hobby Lobby for a while.
For a minute, yeah. And it probably was more so something that black girl probably had on, but
yes, yeah, for sure.
You know, it ain't nobody in a room to be like,
yeah, the optics were not great. Yeah. Right. The optics were not great. Okay, so a few people said they've been to Hobby Lobby recently, but they didn't see too much. The planner stuff has definitely decreased. Yeah, not shocking. Not shocking.
Them coming back into Michael's, there is a resurgent. Like that was just a cool time. It was just a really cool time. Yeah, I don't know if it could be recreated now after like the pandemic happening.
I know. Right. You know what? And Christy made a good point. Christy said, I think they're trying to save face. The climate of the community, people are changing planning habits, and spending has decreased on non-essential items for sure. For sure.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay. Somebody said Hobby Lobby was starting to put out Christmas stuff, and all the fall stuff was already out. Oh, they can't wait. Can we? It ain't even officially summer yet.
That's kind of brand for them.
They get earlier every year. Target gets earlier every year, but it's like it's not even officially summertime yet. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. High key, I'm surprised Target ain't got back to school out already.
I know. Give them a couple weeks. Before the end of June, you're gonna see the back to school section starting for sure. Tisa said it was great. Customers were opening the boxes because for those new sticker books. I remember asking employees, "Can you check in the back? Can you open that box?"
Yeah. Oh, I would hate when something would be like Hobby Lobby exclusive, because it is not like you could check on their website. They don't have a website, so you have to call or just show up. Like,
yeah. Oh my gosh. I agree. Amanda said back to school should never be allowed before 4th of July. I agree. Let us get through the 4th of July. Please, them teachers ain't trying to go and Target and see the back to school.
I know it got to be PTSD for them.
It's so triggering for them. It's so triggering for them. Let these teachers enjoy their summer and enjoy their Target shopping experience, please.
Please, yeah. Although I personally love it because I just love seeing stationery, but I will give up waiting. So y'all won't be.
Give the teachers some. Y'all not gonna pay them, so give them some. Like, come on. Okay. Last but kind of least, the EC monthly planner release. So shady. I like it. I'm not saying that I don't like it, and I love that they even have it available in Canvas. That's a huge win. But I'm not gonna hide in front. Like, I'm not disappointed that we still do not have an A5 monthly planner.
It's right there, EC.
I'm so sad.
It's right there.
Yeah, we do have an 8.5 by 11, which got some people who I'm not gonna name hopes up that they saw two sizes and they thought it was 7 by 9 and A5, but I had to burst Lisa's bubble that it was not those two sizes.
Man, I really do love this. I don't know what this page is called. The currently page. Man, I wish that was in the regular planners.
I do too. I love that currently page.
It's so good.
I love that currently
page. I'm just so used to the A5 sides. I just do not see myself just getting the 7 by 9 for this monthly. I love EC monthlies, but I'm just used to the smaller sides.
We want an A5 monthly. We do.
Real bad.
We all do. The Patreon wants it real bad. EC, if y'all listening, we all are like really annoyed that there is no A5 monthly. Possum pointed out that they did not do a Pride collection this year. It's interesting. Yeah, they did.
That is interesting. What y'all doing?
What's going on? Do we need to talk?
Yeah, I think, because y'all usually be on this. This is not like y'all.
They do. Yeah, they really do. Happy Planner had a Pride collection. That was really, really cute.
Yeah, it was.
I can't remember. Does anybody know the artist's name who they collab with? I'm gonna try to look it up real quick because I definitely want to give them a shout out.
Yeah, and they were promoting it and stuff too.
Yeah, but you know what? There are some companies who I'm not gonna name, but if they were not gonna do a Pride collection correctly, I'm happy that they did not do them. I'm not talking about EC or Happy Planet. I'm talking about other companies. If you're not gonna do it right, just don't do it. But you know,
Oh, Rainbow
whatever.
Notebooks.
Yeah. All right, Myra.
I mean, yeah. I wonder what happened. I would love to know what happened with EC though. I'm sure. I don't know.
Bug Robbins. Is that the name of the person that Happy Planet collab with? I think so. Yeah, that was
Did you look
very,
it
very
up,
cute.
or did it come up for you?
No, they just told me in the chat.
Oh,
I couldn't find it. I was on the website and I didn't see it for some reason. Yeah, I didn't see it for some reason.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Yeah.
Blooming with Pride. It's really cute.
Very cute. Very, very cute. Yeah. So it's obviously, are they doing any type of donation or anything like that? I'm just curious. Do we know?
Let's see.
I guess I could have researched too. My bad, y'all. But yeah.
They Them Art is a captivating blend of traditional printmaking textures and modern aesthetics. Oh, I thought they was gonna tell me, but it don't tell me.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see anything on here.
Okay. But yeah, I'm glad they do have a Pride collection, and it's cool that they collab with a great artist on that. But yeah, I am definitely disappointed to have not seen more for Pride in the planner community.
Oh, I did find something. It says, in honor and celebration of Pride, Happy Planner has made a generous donation this year to the Trevor Project.
Okay, that's great. Everybody has a different definition of what generous is. So again, it would be nice to have some transparency, because I mean we've been saying that, because they started doing donations a couple years ago to different things, but they are never really transparent about how much generous. It is. Yeah. So and that's why when we were able to make our donation, because of our collab shirt with Danny, we definitely thought it was very important to be able to tell people how much it was. And it wasn't millions of dollars. We get such a small amount from what we're actually able to to bring home from the merch that it wasn't a lot of money, but every little bit helps. I mean, I'm not gonna say if Happy Planner only did $100 donation, we wouldn't be kind of side-eyeing, because Happy Planner is $1 million business and we're just not. But the transparency is important. But at least they did something, so we'll give credit where credit is due, for sure.
Yeah, agree. Yeah, I think transparency is just very important. I think they're probably taking the approach of, if we put a number to it, somebody's going to be upset about it. So let's just say generous.
Just leave it ambiguous. For sure. But yeah, hoping the next time we talk about EC monthly planners, they are coming with a A5. And you know what? I'm not gonna be too hard on EC, because I definitely think that when it comes to a company listening to their customers, for the most part, I think the EC does a very good job of that. I think that they do listen to a good majority of the feedback they get, and they do implement it. So I don't want to sound like too entitled or anything, because I definitely feel like we'd be asking them a lot collectively, because we know that they are very responsive when it comes to requests. But it's just the little things, like the A5 monthly, the canvas being available in all the layouts. It's just those little things that we still just kind of missing the mark on. But we have high expectations for EC, because they have delivered a lot in the past. So we wouldn't be asking if we didn't think that they could deliver. And I feel like we kind of have like an opposite approach with Happy Planner, to where we just happy with whatever they give us, because it's always
they don't really come through.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Although they've been stepping up. They have. They donated some stuff to. It
was the Harvey Foundation.
Okay,
it was
Harvey
like Steve and Marjorie Harvey. Yeah, they donated some Happy Planner stuff. to, I can't remember like the exact, I think it's like some like girls group or something like that the
Yeah.
Harvey Foundation partner with. So that was really cool to see
Mm-hmm.
that. That was really cool, but we'll
It
see.
could be more. I mean, in
Yeah.
every case, it could be more, right?
For sure, for sure.
Yeah.
And Amanda made a good point. She said maybe their A5 sales have been slow. That's a good point because I know 8.5 by
Yeah.
11 probably does really well for them because of the teacher planners and things
Mm-hmm.
like that. So that's why when they were looking to expand the monthly, maybe they went 8.5 by 11 instead of smaller. So,
So
but
was the
yeah.
monthly? I thought the monthly's always been those two sizes. Am I
I
tripping?
don't know if the 8.5 by 11 is new for this year, but I know they haven't always had a
Okay.
8.5 by 11 monthly. It might have been within the last like year or so, but it hasn't
Yeah.
always been there.
Yeah. That's a real good point, Amanda, because I feel like if I
Hmm.
wasn't in the planner community, I would not have no clue what an A5 is. So, I
No,
mean, we got to
literally.
think about where the money
Yeah.
resides, and the
8.5 by
masses.
11
Yeah.
is just so
Mm-hmm.
standard for like
Yeah.
non-planner community people.
Yeah, for sure. For
Hey
sure.
girl, we got a late joiner from Australia. But you're in Australia, so thank you for being here.
It's probably early, or I don't know. What is it? What
Is it
time is it there?
tomorrow? I
Is
think
it
it's
tomorrow?
tomorrow or yesterday. I don't
So
know
we
how all that
appreciate you
works.
just popping in for
Thank
sure.
you for coming here from the future or the past. We
But
definitely appreciate it. We definitely appreciate it. But yeah, y'all, this has been such a fun 4-year anniversary episode. I'm so glad we did it with our Patreon crew. It's been so amazing. Oh, and it is 6 a.m. on Monday in Australia right now, where
okay,
it
so you having
is
coffee with us?
Sunday afternoon here.
Yeah.
So love that. Thank you for tuning in so early.
Yes.
But yeah, this has been amazing. And again, we're just so grateful for our little community that we have built. And we're just excited to see what the future holds and just more planners of wine.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
so excited. It's been a fun ride, and
Mm-hmm.
agree. Looking forward to the future, and I'm glad that we were able to celebrate with the Patreon.
Yes,
Yeah,
me too. Me too. Happy birthday once again to Myra. Hope you have the
thank
best
you.
birthday ever. You may got a gift or something coming soon, but you didn't hear that from me. But I don't want I wanted to let you know the ending so you wouldn't have anxiety. Okay. So I'm thinking about you. I'm always thinking about you.
I love that you know my flavor of anxiety. It's
Period. No
knowing what
surprises.
happens.
No
Yeah.
surprises.
Uh,
But
thank
yeah.
y'all so much, and thank y'all for the future birthday wishes and happy anniversary things, all that good stuff. But
Yes. And we will talk to y'all soon.
bye, guys.